Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Vetsio7, and today I made a discovery. Well, not necessarily today, but a few days ago I made a discovery that Aquatic Anchor with the rework was actually quite strong. I've always known that Aquatic Anchor was decently strong, and then I realized that it didn't have any upgrades on it. So I went ahead and spent the 3 Hydra Tails to max it out completely, which was 14% damage. It is a little expensive, but 14% damage, so this sword's max potential, 14%. With a Poison Stone, because I thought this would be best, as the last ability hits 5 times if you hit it completely, which is good, and they all do good ticks of damage, so Poison Stone is very good with this weapon. So this is its sword's max potential, and the same thing happened last update where nobody realized how strong Ethereal was, and then I upgraded it, and I put Tempest on it, and it turned out to be the best sword in the game. So I knew that the sword was decently strong, so I did the exact same thing. Now, I've tested this already, and I low-key think that it's pretty good. Let me put on like an accessory that I'd normally run. So, Infernal Mayhem, it has 25% sword damage, which is some of the most in the game. Of course, behind maxed out Tyrant Armor, and it is a little bit more than Sally Crown as well. Sally Crown's only 22%, so 25% damage makes this sword very, very strong. So, first ability, there's nothing really special about the first ability. If you go ahead and take a look, it does 15,900 damage. Now this is rather pretty weak, but the second ability is really what carries it. Although it does have a pretty good cooldown though, and the AOE is decent, and the knockback on it is kind of high, which you'll see is a comment. I keep missing, bro. Actual skill issue. Hold on a second. Also, the M1s on it. Oh, we procced poison off it. I was like, what the heck? The M1s do. Okay. Bro, okay, okay, they do like 4K, the slam does 8K. I can't hit him, bro. He's so fast for some reason. Anyways, the Aquatic Blessing, so Aqua's Blessing, I mean, it has a lot of knockback, which is kind of the only flaw of it. As you can see, he kind of goes flying, which is not really that great, but the second ability has a lot of knockback, which means that this sword's only flaw is its knockback. So if we're going to go ahead and take a look here, it did 40,000 damage, 47,000 damage, and we can hit the move better. And by the way, this sword pretty much procs poison almost every single time. So I'll show you here that it's actually very consistent. I think this sword does like 5-6 hits, and it procs poison almost every time. And it's strong too, so it didn't proc poison that time. 37,000 damage without a stone. With just one move, which is actually very high. It's some of the most in the game. And I'm pretty sure I'm not even hitting it completely. Let me try to hit it completely and just show you the true damage, because this sword is actually extremely strong. Also, I just realized, when I was testing Ethereal and like talking about it, I was in the exact same spot, fighting the exact same boss. What kind of deja vu is this? Anyways, so we'll hit the entire sword here. 39,839 damage. So that's no stone. This sword is extremely strong. So let me just do the full combo now. So of course the sword basically the second move basically does 40,000 damage. We'll just round up a little bit. It's like 100 damage off. 40,000 damage one move. That is a lot of damage. Very few swords, if not things in the game, can do 40,000 damage by itself. So let's go ahead and test the full damage. As you can see, it does have a lot of knockback. So we did get a poison proc here, which I said is pretty, you know, it happens most of the time. So 75,000, which is very insane for one sword. But the boss died, so we can't even see the true damage. But I'm pretty sure if we head right down here, they're stronger. Yeah, 84k. So let's hit the full thing really quick. Hopefully it procs. Yep, it procced. And then we're going to go ahead and hit him. So the full damage is 82,000 damage. That's crazy, bro. I don't think y'all understand. 82k damage for the full. That's insane. Look, if we compare this to Ethereal, right? Best sword in the game if you're solo. Ethereal, you already know, beast of a sword. It only does 72,000. I think it only does like 75k if the boss is a little more HP. It's doing, you know, more than Ethereal, which is a really good feat on its own. But now let's address the issue that the sword has. Now the knockback, as you can see, is just insane. The DPS is there, but look at the fling. It literally flings them outside of the thing. that did 41,800 by the way, no stone. That did 18k with my D ability. So the DPS is there, but the fling is just insane. So I have dough. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna try to do with dough. So I was thinking, you know, if you're grouping up with dough, which is common to do in hard dungeon, you're gonna have to, you know, sticky salt them all, and then glutinous bind, which completely stuns. And I was thinking, how much damage could we do with this? Poison proc, 66,000 damage. And just to keep in mind, glutinous bind doesn't do any damage. It does legit 2k damage. Oh, the sword is pretty good with stuns, as you could see. Now you have to stand pretty far, because if you go super fast and only hit the first few things, it's not going to do a lot of damage, because the first zone of the sword starts in front of you. So like just look, see, it gets smaller and then it increasingly gets bigger, but for more damage as well. So you kind of have to step back, and because like the way the sword's designed, it pushes for a reason, but it pushes just way too much for it to actually be any good. So you have to basically stand, you know, a ways away. So I'm outside the, you know, the sticky salt, and I think that's about where like the good, you know, a good spot to stand is where the splooge is. Like you'll see the splooge on the ground. You just stand at the edge of it. So again, you can see like the splooge is like right here. You can go and stand right here. You could use that if you really want to use the sword, or if you don't have any other option. Now there is still better swords. Don't get me wrong. There is still better swords. I think Ethereal is better than this. I think OP, you know, Okoru V2 is better. I think that Riptide might be better. In terms of cooldowns, I actually tested it, and the Pyrism Waves, this ability, has a little bit longer of a cooldown than Riptide Slayer's last ability. So in terms of cooldowns, they're about this, well, little worse. So, but the damage is so much higher. So I low-key think that this might be better than, you know, than that sword, Riptide Slayer. But it's still not the strongest sword in the game. But it's still worth talking about, because this sword is actually pretty easy to get. Although you do have to remember that this entire build took 4 Hydra Tails alone on the sword. 1 from the Poison Stone, 3 from the upgrades. Now, if we're going to just go ahead and look at Magma. So if you were going to try to run Magma with this, which is the best fruit in the game, not counting the OP Trickster build that's it's just broken, but the best fruit in the game by itself is Magma. So basically, if you try to switch your fruit right here, you can see that I can actually stop him, and we actually managed to kill him. But you have to be extremely fast, and I think that most players probably can't do this without practice, or at least like you have to try. And it's not lazy, so, and it's not consistent either. I don't hit this every single time. As you can see though, we managed to kill him with, you know, with 2 moves, 87,000 damage, which is pretty insane. So let's go ahead and go to 3rd Sea and just really test how much damage we could do with Magma and the sword, and we'll go ahead and time ourselves on the NPC. Alright, so as you were able to see in 2nd Sea, I was actually able to one-shot that 80,000 HP boss with just 2 moves. Which means we're going to need a lot more HP. So we have the regenning dummy here, which we're going to go ahead and test our combo. So what I was doing was proxy, I don't even know how to say that, bro. Just use the Y or the second ability. And then combo with, see, I missed there. Hold on, I think I need to stand farther back. But just with like even missing, I did 42,000 damage, which is a lot of damage. So I need to stand farther back. Also, I'm going to jump once. Nope, farther back. Does the dummy regen just have more knockback on it? I feel like it was a lot easier to do with the NPC. Let's try it one more time. So I'll stand farther away this time. Okay, that was just the stupid grass in the way. Good thing the cooldowns are short. See, it's taking me a minute though. Like, it's not easy to use. There, I was able to catch him, so we could see how much damage it does now. So full combo, 116,000. Like, that is a lot of damage. Like, that is crazy. It's just not that consistent because of the knockback. You know, just for fun, even if they did do this, it wouldn't be the best, but it'd be like top 5. If they buff the knockback, like just get rid of it completely, or at least give it, you know, less. If there's, you know, like, look at it. Look how, bro, this is like 5 dashes away. Let's try one more time though. I'm a little curious to see the combo one more time. So use it far away to give us some time to use our magma. Go ahead and do the magma combo. Okay, so we did miss some of it earlier. Oh my god, look at that. Stupid. It's still ticking. 186,000 damage with one combo. Yeah, let's try Ethereal. Now, of course, this is a lot more consistent, as I could literally just walk up to him and use all my cooldowns. So it's a little different. It is a lot less though. 150,000, which is insane. So if we use Phoenix Blade, which is in my opinion the best sword in the game. Now it's just a lot of work because you have to click RT a bunch. But let's go ahead and see what Phoenix Blade can do. So Phoenix Blade is extremely strong. Everybody knows that. Let's go ahead and see what we run with Phoenix Blade. Full combo. So full combo, it does beat it out. 219,000 compared to the 180,000. So as you can see though, it does somewhat compete with the the big dogs in this game. You have Phoenix Blade beating it. I think Ethereal beats it, and that's pretty much it. And Core V2 beats it. But that is legit 3 swords in the game that beat this sword. Like, that is insanely impressive. This sword is no joke. Now I wonder if I don't know. I wonder if it works with Quake too. I'm gonna try Quake really quick because it has a stun on it. Maybe that'll be better than Doe. Faster maybe. Let me see. Okay, so that's just out of its range completely. Also, I think the cooldown on the second ability is like 12 seconds, and Riptide's is 10. So can he? You know what? Whatever. So we'll go ahead and stun first. No, I don't think it does work because I'd have to back up. Let me dash back once then. I'll hit him into this wall. So I'll hit him with Fulminate. Back up. Back up. Ooh. It kind of does work, Loki. Okay, okay. What if I try Smack Floor? Back up. No, it doesn't work. Wait, couldn't I catch him with Quake? Hold on. I mean, if I can find a good combo with this, then, it could be... This could be viable. Quake low-key might be good. So I want to hit him. Ooh. Wait a second. I think I may have found an easier combo. This might be the best thing with this sword, I'm not going to lie. So you want to use it somewhat mid-range. Gets hit by most of it. Look at our damage counter already. With Quake, a mid-tier fruit. 104,000 damage. Yo. Low-key the best combo for this sword. If you really insist on using this sword, this is what you use right here. Yeah, we're doing like 30,000 damage just with the sword. Pretty impressive low-key for this sword. W comeback. I just wish the other Hydro weapons were, just as good. I did check Daybreak. I did upgrade it once, which was 10% damage. Daybreaker Cleaver is legit just a worse, like slightly worse Riptide Slayer. It is. I already could tell from just the one upgrade and no stone. It's just a slightly worse Riptide Slayer, so no point to really use this. In terms of Spectre Flames, it only has 1 DPS move, so it's not going to be that great. And whatever else was reworked, I can't even remember off the top of my head, but I know it wasn't that great. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.